On today's video, I'll be taking you on a driving tour of a new construction community called Creekview Meadows, located on the border of Pilot Point and Salina, Texas, that is currently being developed by Centurion American Development Group. Nestled near Little Elm Creek, this 1,000-acre neighborhood will feature over 2,300 homes with floor plans starting under $400K and offers multiple builders to choose from. Let's dive in and explore what else this community has to offer. So that makes sense. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video today. You join me over here on the border of Salina, Texas and Pilot Point, Texas off of 428 and FM 1385 over here at the new community, Creekview Meadows. We're gonna be going through this one today, showing you guys the curb appeal of these homes, talk about the builders, the prices, and kind of what to expect coming out of this community and then coming around it in the future. This community is going to be built off in the future the Denton County Outer Loop. So this is 1428, but this is projected to be the new Denton County Outer Loop. So this neighborhood is going to be close to kind of a quick highway system. It's still going to be more of a one lane right now. It is going to expand over time. This is something that's going to be a 5 to 10 year project. Just kind of keep that in mind if you're looking at this neighborhood and you're looking at lots that are maybe on the more of the east side of the community, kind of along 428 right now. This neighborhood will start to get more noisy as the years roll on and as things kind of expand out to this way, but we'll go through this one, talk about all the details that you need to know before maybe making your choice and buying within this community. Now this neighborhood is located within Pilot Point, however it is on the border of Salina, Texas, so just on the other side of 428 is going to be Salina. However, this one is going to be a part of Pilot Point when it comes to like the tax rate. Pilot Point is a fairly big city. It's not the biggest and grandest city compared to some of the other ones, but it does stretch out more towards Lake Ray Roberts. And right now, kind of how it is for Pilot Point is there's not a whole bunch of new construction developments. More of the Pilot Point new construction is either closer to Salina or maybe right up along where the lake is, a little bit more out to the northwest. But right now in Pilot Point, not a whole bunch of things going on. And if you were to ask me, if you were trying to pick between maybe like looking at Salina and trying to figure out, okay, do I want to go east out to Van Alstyne or do I want to go west out towards Pilot Point? I think there's going to be more value in the homes that are out more towards the east. If you're kind of looking at places and you want to kind of be as close as possible to maybe Prosper, Salina, off the Dallas North Tollway, I personally think that going east of the Dallas North Tollway and looking at real estate that way is going to have more value long term than the real estate that's out towards the west once you start getting into Aubrey, Texas and Pilot Point. Yes, are the home values going to be a little bit better in terms of affordability? Sure, but I think in the long run of things, even going a little bit more north up into areas of Van Alstyne and stuff up there, I think it's a little bit of a better option than starting to get out towards the Pilot Point area. But I still am okay with this location because you're not too far from 1385, and then after that is a straight shot down to 380. I just know living up this far, the commute times aren't going to be the friendliest to get out to things, especially right now with the amount of traffic that's on 1385. The developer within this neighborhood is Centurion American Development Group. They're doing a whole bunch of neighborhoods around here. Do they have the best reviews? I'll let you be the judge of that. I'm sure you can go online and find not the friendliest of reviews with this developer. And I'm sure each developer kind of has their own problems. It's business at the end of the day, but I have found that more people come to me asking about Centurion American Development Group and being like, hey, why are the reviews kind of not so good with this one? So if anyone has firsthand experience with this developer, if you guys feel any way, just leave it down in the comment section. I'd love to hear what your guys' opinion is on it. If you've bought in within the Centurion American Development Group neighborhood or community and you have your own opinion about that, leave them down in the comments. It helps other people kind of make their decision too. I'm a one-man person. I'm not able to buy in all these communities and learn about these things, right? So if you have any details that you can kind of provide, leave them down in the comment section. This neighborhood is also going to be a part of Denton County. They are in their phase 1 right now. They're going to be moving a little bit more towards the north and northwest of this community. There's probably about, I want to say like 200, 300 lots right now going into this first phase. The tax rate in here is going to be at 2.85%. That's maybe dropped a little bit. I don't know if the tax rate was actually perfectly up to date with what Pacesetter was showing on their website, but Salina has been dropping their tax rate over this year, not dramatically. The thing that does stink within this community is going to be the PID, but then again, welcome to Salina, Texas. Welcome to Pilot Point. You're not going to be able to get away from the PIDs. It's going to be really difficult. It's just kind of the way it is. It's like, what would you rather have? Would you rather have someone buying in one neighborhood have to pay for the development of that neighborhood and it's just to them? Or would you rather have all the citizens having to increase their tax rates? I mean, this kind of helps the people that have been living out here for so long not get hit with huge tax rates when they start just getting super specific and only having people pay for the PID that's within their community, so that not all the citizens of Pilot Point or Salina, Texas are having to get an increased tax rate just because a community is deciding to build 3,000 homes and the developers deciding to pass the bond on to the home. The HOA in this community is going to be $850 annually. That is on the lower side, so that's kind of nice that you have a little bit of a cheaper HOA, but it's not going to really matter because that PID is going to be like 0.75 or something like that when it comes, or maybe 0.78. It might have been 0.75. Either way, I'm not the biggest fan of when the builders give it as a tax rate. I'd rather see it kind of mapped out with like the whole 30 year of what it's going to cost, or 40 year. They all range, but when the builder's coming to you and they're saying, hey, the PID's like a 0.78% on the tax rate, when your taxes are collected, yes, but they're not a tax, they're just a payment, and that payment's going to change varying year by year. And also sometimes within the community, it's going to depend on lot size as well. And that tax rate is going to consist of the city of Pilot Point, Denton County, Salina ISD, and that PID in there. The community is going to be 1,000 acres, and then it's also going to be a total of 2,375 homes. On Centurion American Development Group's website, they do say that this neighborhood is surrounded by natural beauty. So I guess by natural beauty, they mean surrounded by other master plan communities and gonna be right next to the Denton County outer loop, and then across the street from a big mobile home neighborhood. So I guess that's what they mean by natural beauty. Not too sure about that one. And also the amenities in here, you are gonna have a future amenity center. It doesn't look like they've started to break ground on any of that right now, and that's probably gonna be another year before any of that gets in. So just know if you're buying into this community here relatively soon, probably not gonna have an amenity center for a while. Also, you're gonna have playgrounds in here, and then that amenity center is probably gonna have some type of swimming pool with it as well. There is another Creekview community, but that is Fossil Ridge. That one's gonna have like Starlight Homes and Ashton Woods, and there's another builder that's escaping my brain right now, but that neighborhood is going to be zoned for Pilot Point ISD. So yes, like I was saying, this one is in Pilot Point, Texas, but you are close enough to Salina that this one is going to be for Salina ISD. It's going to be zoned for Likens Elementary, Moore Middle School, in Salina High School. Now there are plans in like I think by 2027 for a new high school to be built. Some new middle schools will come to Salina. I'm sure more elementary schools will come out to this way, but right now this is going to be like one of the neighborhoods that's furthest away from like the high school, the middle school. So maybe by 2027, it's going to get a little bit easier on the commute times to get out to schools. But over on this side of where Salina meets Pilot Point, a lot of things underdeveloped in these areas, a lot of fields around here. There's stuff coming and projected. It's just going to take a lot longer. It's probably my guess not till 2030 that you're really going to see a lot more things up around this north area. Or I guess maybe the more west area of Salina. We're not really on the north side of Salina, but we are kind of on that far west side of Salina, being over here. We're kind of like where Prosper, Salina, and all these places kind of meet up with each other. And also Aubrey, Texas. The utilities in here is going to consist of Atmos Gas, CoServe Electric, and NextLink Internet. Builders in here is going to be Bloomfield, Pulte, Riseland Homes, Lennar, Stone Hollow, and Pacesetter. If you were to ask me, hey Daniel, what are your favorite builders out of all these 6? I'd probably tell you just put all those names in a hat and then just pick one, and hopefully it's not Lennar, the one that you pick, but that's for another discussion, right? I don't like some of their builds compared to some of the other ones, but realistically, I think out of all these, not joking around, I think Riesland is probably gonna be one of the ones I lean to more, maybe Pacesetter, maybe Bloomfield, but all of these are kind of just a mix of one, in my opinion. Like I said, just put them all in a hat and pick one and go with that one. I can't really necessarily pick one over the other when it comes to these builders within here. And here's a breakdown of kind of the price ranges and the floor plans. Now, they are finishing up on their phase one, so there's going to be a limited amount of lots. Some of the builders are down to their like last quick move-ins on this next phase before they open it up into the next one, and some of the other builders are coming soon and haven't even released anything. But for right now, for example, Pulte Homes, they have two collections. They have the Heritage collection. That one's starting at 1,790 square feet at $397,000. On the low end, they have the one-story Burnett plan. That's a 3 to 4 bed, 2 to 3 bath, 2-car garage, 1,790 square feet, starting at $397,000. On the high end, they have the Albany plan. That's a 2-story, 5 bed, 3 to 4 bath, 2-car garage, 2,807 square feet, starting at $462,000. And for their signature collection, those are starting at like $420,000 at 1,800 square feet. And on the low end, they have the Arlington plan. That's a 3 bed, 2 bath, 2-car, 1,809 square feet, starting at $421,000. And on the high end, they have the Lexington. That's a 4 to 5 bed, 2.5 to 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, 3,284 square feet, starting at $509,000. And right now, their quick move-ins range from $437,000 up to $563,000. Bloomfield Homes is starting from $437K at about 1,840 square feet. On the low end, they have the Dogwood. That's a 3 bed, 2 bath, 2-car garage, 1,840 square feet, starting at $437,000. On the high end is the Rose 3. That's a 2-story, 5 bed, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, 3,557 square feet, starting at $562,000. And their quick move-ins are ranging from $479,000 up to $596,000. Pacesetter Homes is in here as well, starting from $392,000 at about 1,700 square feet. On the low end, they have the Denton plan, 3 bed, 2 bath, 1,762 square feet, 2-car garage, starting at $392,000. On the high end, they have the Westbury 2-story plan, 4 bed, 3 bath, 3,096 square feet, 2-car garage, starting at $495,000. And their quick move-ins range from $454,000 to $529,000. Stone Hollow in here is down to their last quick move-ins, but they will be releasing going into the next phase. So just to give you an idea on the size of their floor plan. On the low end, they have the Curlin. That's a 1-story, 4 bed, 2 bath, 1,866 square feet, 2-car garage. And on the high end, they have the Basalt. That's a 2-story, 4 bed, 3.5 bath, 3,006 square feet, 2-car garage. And their quick move-ins, I think it's their last 4 in this phase, are ranging from $421,000 to $565,000. Riesland Homes is coming soon, and Lennar Homes is coming soon. So if you visit those two builders' websites right now, you can put in your information. You can kind of keep up to date on when they'll be releasing things. I'm sure they'll be releasing things here soon. It looks like they're getting ready for these next lots right now, and they've got all the infrastructure kind of ready to go. The commute out of here down to Dallas is going to be 1 hour and 5 minutes. Frisco is going to be 25 minutes. DFW Airport is going to be 45 minutes. Fort Worth is going to be 1 hour and 5 minutes away. The nearest hospital is going to be 7 minutes away, and that's going to be the Methodist Hospital over in Salina once that opens up here, probably within the next year or half a year, 6 months, 8 months is when I'm going to guess that's going to open up. And then the nearest grocery store is 15 minutes away. And that's like the HEB on 380. There might be some more grocery that gets built up along this area of 1385, but for right now, like I was saying earlier, there's just a whole bunch of fields around here. So all your like banks, shopping, all that kind of stuff, I'm gonna guess it's probably still gonna take another 3 years, 2 to 3 years. I mean, I'd be really surprised if within the next year they have some of those kind of commercial things out here. I mean, they do have some small little, not shopping areas, but just commercially zoned businesses further down 1385 when you kind of get closer to like Arrowbrook and some of those areas, but we still are pretty far north up into 1385. So not a whole lot of things right outside this community. So that might be the one annoying part with this community right now, but that's the thing with new construction, right? It's like you're buying into a new community, new lots, new things. It's just gonna take a little bit longer for the commercial aspect of this area to kind of get going. Over to the left is where these new lots are going to be going into. There's a few retaining walls in this community, nothing serious. It looks like all of the lots are pretty balanced and flat. Maybe here and there's a couple lots that might have a small retaining wall on the backside. The lot sizes in here are gonna be like 0.13 to 0.15, 0.11 of an acre in this community. Not gonna have the biggest lots. Backyards are gonna be really tight too. Probably from like where the patio is to your backyard is gonna be like 5 feet or 6 feet. Now, I'm sure there's gonna be some lots in here with a little bit more of a backyard, but maybe I can show you guys if we turn left here. Here's what the backyards are looking like. So, I mean, I've seen 40-foot lots. Here's the backyard size, but I've seen 40-foot lots with bigger backyard sizes than these in some of the other communities. There are gonna be some that are a little bit bigger than that, but it seems like for the most part, backyard sizes are not gonna be too big. So hopefully you don't care about a big backyard, because that ain't gonna really happen within this community. I'm sure the lot premiums in here are gonna range from like $0 up to like $30,000. I'd be surprised if there was a lot premium more than $30,000. I think if you're, for this community, if you're getting quotes and builders are talking with you and they're coming back and they're telling you, hey, you know, these lot premium on this lot is going to be like $45,000, $60,000. I think that is, I mean, I'd be super surprised if that's the deal. I think it's more reasonable to have like a 5 to 15K lot premium within this type of community. And the other thing is that future outer loop is going to be coming in here. So a lot of these homes, not all the homes, majority of the homes are going to be built more kind of out to the west and further away from this, but the homes going down this street over on this right side are going to back up to this outer loop. And right now it's quiet, but in the future it ain't gonna be too quiet. So just keep that in mind as well. You probably want to be a little bit further into this community, or maybe just wait till the community builds out into their next phase and then go buy into that. And that's gonna do it for this community. So not a whole bunch of stuff built in here, not a whole bunch of roads to kind of go through. You kind of got maybe a better idea on what the houses look like. Yes, these houses all look pretty generic. They've just got the brick and stone and pretty simple look to them. They are on the cheaper side of Salina, Texas. So if you're looking at 400K or under 500K in zone for Salina ISD, or at least getting somewhat close to Prosper, this is gonna be one of the options. The other options is gonna be maybe Legacy Hills, and those are gonna be from the same developer, same types of builders in there. If you guys have any questions about this neighborhood or buying within Salina or Pilot Point, please send me a text or give me a call. Would love to work with you and your family and represent you on your next home purchase. Also leave a comment down below if you have any other questions or you wanna see me go tour other neighborhoods or new communities more in Pilot Point. I haven't really done a whole bunch of Pilot Point. It's just not really a city that's doing a whole bunch of new construction. It's just probably over this past year they've started to kind of open up more things to kind of drive around and buy into. But yeah, send me a text, give me a call, got all my information down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Other than that, peace out y'all, and take it easy as always. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, contact me. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that, bye.